What do we have for Taurus? Queen of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy at the foundation of the reading, and Six of Swords, Aquarius energy at the sacral. Taurus, this goes along with the messages I'm picking up for you. And the message, I actually wrote it down, is that you're overcoming the pressure from outside entities to keep you stuck. And I probably couldn't have asked for two cards that illustrate exactly just that. This Queen of Swords is you being honest with yourself that there's certain people that you need to get away from in order to be able to go down a particular path that you're being called to go down. And the Six of Swords is representing that action. Moving on, and it's also an energy of your rite of passage. And as you can see, Taurus, you're sitting here with this child. But I feel like this child also represents you. It's your inner child. You know, when we're leaving cycles behind that we have been living in for several years, I feel for you, Taurus, this is something that's gone on for decades. And it makes sense because Pluto is at the 0-degree mark of Aquarius right now. The entire collective is going through this in some capacity. We're all preparing for the next chapter in our life, and it's about to be the best one yet, Taurus, for you. But in order to be able to move on from these cycles in our life, there's a certain level of healing that must take place. And it's typically something that is within each and every one of us that needs to be healed. We need to shift our mindsets, our perception. We need to start getting used to not allowing the outside noise to hold us back anymore, which I think has been a big one for you, Taurus. I really feel that most of you have been heavily influenced by toxic environments that have really held you back. People putting too much on your shoulders and not allowing you to step on to your intended path as a means to fulfill your destiny. This is all coming to an end now. But it's taken all this time for you to finally understand this from a higher perspective. However, in saying that, you are right on time if you are feeling in alignment with this message so far. Had you have started navigating down this path any sooner, the purpose, the path that you're being called to align with may not have been able to calibrate with your highest good. In other words, there's a very specific way that the divine is guiding you to navigate this path in order to reap the blessings and the rewards that are waiting for all of you. This is you being launched into an entirely new beginning in your life, Taurus, and you're overcoming a kind of mindset that was keeping you seemingly stuck inside a cycle with individuals who applied far too much pressure and stopped you from aligning with this greatness. What do we have at the solar plexus, please? Nine of Pentacles, Virgo energy at the solar plexus. You have your sights set on something. You're being called. You can feel it. You can no longer ignore it. But the path actually seems clear to you now. And this is because of the astrology, Taurus. The runway's essentially being cleared for you. And it is almost time for takeoff. This is collective-wide for all the people that have been doing the work. You know who you are. But now is a time of working out all the details. You need to get rid of what you are feeling lukewarm about in your life, Taurus. There's almost this confusing kind of energy that I'm picking up from all of you. Like you have many paths you can take. I do feel that this is some sort of opposing energy that's trying to present you with confusion as a means to stop you dead in your tracks. I feel that you're being presented with a lot of options right now, Taurus, but not all of these options are in alignment with this path you're supposed to be taking. See, this is how the devil's working in your life. He's trying to bring through distractions so you can't find your way clearly. But there's only one way to go here, Taurus, and it's the way that you're being divinely led to go, and no one knows any better than your higher guidance. You need to put all of your energy into what makes your heart sing right now, because all of your energy needs to be utilized for this one task right now, Taurus. Right as I said that, my ear started to ring. So I feel that we are on target here. Nine of Pentacles is a very self-reliant energy, but I feel that this is coming down to your decision making. Everything is sort of culminating right now, Taurus. And instead of asking for outside opinions, which I feel you have done in the past because you just didn't know any better, you didn't know that the individuals that perhaps you were asking for advice from really didn't have your highest good in mind, or they just advised you within a boundary of what was most beneficial for them. Very narcissistic energy. Narcissists will advise you within a boundary of what's most beneficial for them, because their worst fear is you elevating above them and not being able to control you or the flow of energy in and out of your life moving forward. There's some very competitive energies around you. I don't even think that you're aware of this, but I'm picking up on it. It could be family members as well. Family members who are spinning their wheels and stuck, and rather than support you on your path, they would rather keep you spinning your wheels and stuck, but just a little below them, as to have the focus all on you as opposed to them. What do we have at the heart, please? Look who decided to show up to the party, Taurus. Devil, Capricorn energy at the heart. You're preparing to break free from this cycle, and the devil can feel it. Some of you are leaving some really toxic relationships, family dynamics, friends groups, romantic connections. Really take it as it fits. And you're really starting to see people's true colors. You start to see how compulsive some of these individuals are. Energetically, they can feel these cords starting to sever. And this is really speaking about this narcissistic energy. It's like these individuals have their narcissistic cords of attachment hooked into you as a means to drain you of your light. So you're not able to see your way forward, so they can keep you stuck, and you are not able to get on the path and align with this greatness that I'm picking up here with this Nine of Pentacles at the solar plexus. There's somebody here, Taurus, that can't bear the idea of not being able to control you and your life moving forward. For some of you, this is a toxic parent. For some of you, this is a toxic sibling. For others, it's somebody you're romantically linked to in a relationship with. Some of you married to. Your life has been on a steady spiral downward. You haven't been able to have much progress in your life since you've been connected to this person. What do we have at the throat? Seven of Pentacles, Taurus energy at the throat. And in this depiction, here you are, right? Preparing to step into this new path. It's like you're evaluating everything up until this point. You have this vision. You're investing your time and energy into this path you're preparing to start navigating down. But what's interesting here is we have that ghost-like figure in the background that you seemingly can't even see, but it's there watching you. That spirit, it's that devil spirit. This is the common denominator in your life. You know, I feel that what you have been dealing with here, Taurus, is just that, a common denominator in your life. This thing has always been a part of the equation, which is why something hasn't come to fruition. This is you recognizing, with this Queen of Swords at the foundation, exactly what it is now, plucking it out and watching as this whole new door opens up for you. This common denominator can most definitely be a person. It could be a place. It could be a behavioral pattern. It could be an addiction. It could be many different things. In fact, it could be a combination of things. But only you're really going to know that, Taurus, because it's going to be different for each and every one of you. But whatever it is a tentacle of this devil energy right at the heart. It is something that has been stopping you from achieving this greatness. It's an anchor that you have been dragging, and you're finally preparing to pluck it out. And this change that is unfolding for you, Taurus, is seemingly already here for you. But you have to understand that you cannot access this particular door that's going to open for you until you rid yourself of this energy. It's a divine path you're preparing to step onto, and this tentacle of the devil obviously cannot go. And I think that this is something that you're starting to have a higher perspective over now. You start to understand this. You get it. You understand that when certain individuals, behavioral patterns, whatever it is, in your life hold these kind of demonic frequencies, right? You obviously cannot accept your divine blessings. The divine will hold back all of this until you wake up to the truth. This is a major awakening. It's a shift in your reality. It's a shift in your mindset. You know, there's many different levels to what the devil is. But where we are in the here and now, what makes the most sense to me is that the devil is a mindset. It is a collection of behavioral patterns that fall under the umbrella of what the devil is. So quite often when you see me pull out these devil cards in this bottom row that we're going to get to here in a minute, those are representing the behavioral patterns and the mindsets of the individuals that you have around you that cannot be a part of this new beginning. So this is something that you need to start understanding, Taurus. It's all about the vibration of things now moving forward. And if it doesn't sit well with you, if it makes your stomach turn, it's got to go. And you have to be ruthless in the way you are navigating from here on out. If people can't get it together and meet you where you're going, Taurus, it's not your problem. Because the alternative to that is you having to meet them where they are. Think about all of the work you had to put in yourself to get to where you were going, to get to this point in your life, to have this awakening, to have this mindset shift. A lot of pain, probably a lot of tears, a lot of struggle. But here you are now. And so in order for other individuals to meet you where you're at, they have to go through the same. The best thing you can do is be an inspiration for others and keep it pushing. Because if you go back and lower yourself back down to their level, you will unravel all of the work you have done thus far and have to do it all over again. What do we have at the third eye, please? Lovers at the third eye. Perfect card to get following everything I just said. This Lovers in a spread like this is an energy of you coming into calibration and alignment with your higher self, your feminine and masculine qualities coming together and aligning you with your true north. This is representing the paradigm shift in your life, Taurus. This is representing the shift in perception that you are having from this point forward. This union of self, which this encompasses this path you're on as well. Whatever it is you feel called to go towards. For some of you, there's also a divine union on the table here. It's very clear. So take that as it makes sense with your particular story. But usually when you start aligning with your destiny, all good things start making their way towards you slowly but surely. You know, a lot of people come to me and they ask, how can I get this and that to unfold in my life? And the answer is really simple, but the action that you need to take entails a lot of work. But all of this that you desire in your life, Taurus, is all on this path. And typically speaking, the way you get on that path is by releasing things that do not serve your highest good in the here and now. Almost 100% of the time, there's nothing more we need. It's what we need to get rid of. It's the baggage that needs to go. Again, whether it's people, places, things, behavioral patterns, addictions, or it's some form of inner childhood wounding that you need to focus on healing. Now, in saying that, healing is something that is perpetual. You're never fully healed. It's usually just your awareness of what the damage is and that you need to focus on some sort of healing, which is what allows the change to unfold in your life. Simply put, you can't hide from it anymore. You need to face it. So with all that, you can see now why I said it's simple, but it's not so easy. But by the looks of it, Taurus, you're already on your way. This is exactly what all of you have been working on. You know, I feel right now in this moment that all Taurus readings that I have done have led us up to this particular point. There's been so much back and forth in the Taurus collective, but now finally the breakthrough has happened. It's right here. But that is the Taurus energy. You're a fixed energy, so it takes a lot to allow all these changes to unfold in your life. But once they do, that's it. There's no going back. This is the bull charging forward. You're moving. The door is preparing to open for you, whatever that means for each one of you out there. What do we have at the crown, please? 10 of Cups, right at the crown. The door is preparing to open for you. And that comes right after that Lovers as well. So definitely more confirmation around some sort of divine union here. But again, it doesn't have to be with a partner. This could be you coming into union with self and aligning with your purpose and heading towards this energy. Think about it as more of a vibration. You step through this doorway and you enter into a vibration that makes all this possible. It just comes with ease. Taurus, I'm hearing there's nothing you need to change about yourself as well. Again, it's what you need to release. So that very well could be behavioral patterns, which can be seen as you needing to change something about yourself, but it's more just getting back to bare bones. Behavioral patterns are typically things that we pick up on our path that don't even belong to us anyway. Think about all the behavioral patterns that you picked up from your family, and as you get older, you just realize that didn't even serve you. Well, that's called generational karma. You awakening to that and changing that is you becoming a chain breaker. People hear black sheep and chain breaker and all this stuff. I mention these phrases all the time, but what it really comes down to is collections of behavioral patterns and ways of doing things that you are actually not aligning with on your path, so you break the cycle. That's what that is. And the reason why the term black sheep fits perfectly into just that is because it's usually amongst all of this that people start to outcast you because they feel threatened by you. They feel disrespected by you, especially if these are elders. People who are a little bit older who weren't able to break out of these patterns do not like when somebody in the family lineage comes along and breaks the patterns. It discredits what could be argued as their entire life up until this point. So that's where the term black sheep really comes from. It comes from the fact that other people see you as a kind of blemish on what they perceive to be tried and true. What do we have at the foundation, please? 3 of Wands, Vul, Aries energy, and the foundation of the reading. This goes along exactly with everything I just said. This 3 of Wands here, this is somebody who is perceived as a dreamer, somebody who is taking a kind of careless approach, right? So this is you being very honest with these individuals you have been dealing with. This is how they see you. Oh, that's not going to work for you, Taurus. You'll never pull it off. They start to see you as a kind of obstacle. But what it really comes down to is you are recognizing that these individuals actually don't really have any sort of foresight, and you recognize them as obstacles to your long-term goals, confirming the Queen of Swords at the beginning of the reading. What do we have at the sacral, please? Oh, wow. Death, Lucifer, at the sacral. So we have Lucifer and the devil all in one spread, the underworld being represented in 2 different iterations. There's an energy of seduction that I'm picking up here for some of you Tauruses with this Lucifer at the sacral, seduction. Picking up on overactive sacral energy here. Very manipulative energy here. I feel that this could represent an individual that a lot of you are dealing with. It's as if this person is going to use everything that they have to try and stop you from moving forward on this path, Taurus. The devil is using this person as an extension of himself. For a lot of you, this is going to speak to the individuals that are romantically linked to somebody. It says right here, incites jealousy and envy. So I'm also getting a message surrounding this person trying to do something to make you jealous. So you come out of character, lose your stride, and engage them. But this is all being used to keep you stuck. So you're unable to move on. This death card is shadow Scorpio energy. This is somebody who refuses to change or transform. See, if we were to go back to what I was saying about the generational karma side of this, it connects perfectly to this individual here that you're dealing with as well. Because the path that you've been on, Taurus, is full of these kinds of obstacles that are all byproducts of this generational karma. So before we break particular patterns, right? Let's say generational karma that was passed down to us. We typically find ourselves on a path that is constantly reflective of that generational karma. What I mean by this is all the people that come into your life are playing their part in keeping you asleep inside the illusion. That's why a lot of the people that you've probably dated or even been friends with hold similar behavioral patterns or characteristics to individuals in your family that are unawakened. See, this is the universe's way of trying to wake you up. The universe knows what you came here to do, break the pattern. But the universe also knows that all of us are incarnated into these cycles where we are essentially behind enemy lines. So most, if not all of the people that we're dealing with on our path, until we awaken to the truth, are tentacles of this devil energy. They're people that have been lost to the matrix, to the lie. They weren't able to awaken. They were once just like us, but the devil got to them. So the universe will try and use them to wake you up. There's many, many details to what I'm trying to explain to you, Taurus, but hopefully you're getting enough of what I'm trying to put down here to understand that what is taking place here is of gargantuan proportions. And the most important thing you can do is accept the truth and push forward in power and do not engage any of these energies moving into the future. What do we have at the solar plexus, please? Two of Wands, Epis, further reiterating the message that I'm picking up. It's like this spirit, this person, this possession, let's say, is trying to sneak up on you when you least expect it, using kinds of behavioral patterns as a means to re-engage you in this cycle. It's an energy that wants to somehow get you to relinquish your control, wants you to fear the path that you're traveling down. This could be somebody who is seemingly showing up as a supporter, but then planting seeds of self-doubt. Are you sure you want to do that, Taurus? I don't know if that's for you. I don't know if I would do that, Kind of looks scary out there. Stuff like this. Be careful of this, Taurus. These people are showing you exactly who they are. And this is painful. It's very difficult to come to terms with this, but you have to understand, Taurus, it's you or them. And if you're not for yourself, then make no mistake, you are living inside an idea of who they think you should be and how you should and shouldn't be living your life. What do we have at the heart? Dandelion, infamy, the high priestess. Wow. This is a very deep, powerful message, Taurus. See, this depiction of the high priestess, it's like you're being split. Divine and the underworld. Angel, devil, right? And you're somewhere in the middle. It's like you're being pulled in two opposite directions, which speaks on everything that we've channeled through up until this point. You're breaking free of this mindset, this way of living, the simulation, the matrix, this generational karma, all of it. It's right underneath that devil. It's like the devil is appearing here with two people chained to him, which is telling us what his plans for you were. And it looks as though he's in concert with all of his minions, getting ready to send them out into the collective to stop you, Lucifer, at the sacral, from moving on. Six of Swords above Lucifer at the sacral. In spirit, this is where the devil wants you. Stuck and bound to him, not able to get on your path and fulfill your destiny. Beautiful. Hail, Divine Warrior, which is the Ten of Cups again. So we have the Ten of Cups twice now. This depiction of the Ten of Cups, you can't see it here, but there's a child on your lap here. That child is representing this child here, right? That inner child that you're healing. And then this is your higher self. All three of you are coming into alignment together. Lovers at the third eye. Alignment. All these different ideas of yourself on different timelines coming into perfect calibration and alignment for one very short moment as a means to elevate you and propel you into this new timeline. I've never put it like that before, but it's a very beautiful way of looking at it. It's like you're healing all these parts of yourself, and it has a way of calibrating you. And it's right at that heart chakra as well. So a lot of this has to do with heart chakra healing, which, people hear that. Oh, there's nothing wrong with my heart chakra. But you have to understand that a blocked heart chakra is actually when you're holding on to things that no longer serve you. You're holding on to bitterness. Maybe you have some trust issues based off of somebody else's treatment towards you, and it causes you to have a blocked heart chakra. Think about that, right? You're too afraid to maybe go out and find new love, or you don't know if you can trust people based off of what somebody else did to you, so it becomes harder for you to make friends. There's so many different ways that this can show up. But as we can see there, the devil is sitting right underneath that heart chakra, and this 10 of Cups is right underneath the Devil. So it's time to release all of this baggage. Pick that anchor up off of the seabed floor. Remember what I said earlier on the reading about dragging an anchor? It's like you're dragging all the debris around. You got to hoist it up. Get some wind in your sails. Make your way off into the sunset, into this new timeline, Taurus. What do we have at the throat, please? Oh, unbelievable. Make your way off into the sunset, into this new timeline, and what do we get? The sun, Leo energy, Mi'el, the vivifying God, restoration of life, protection from adversaries. The energy that I'm looking at on this table, Taurus, is polarized in both directions. We have dark and we have light. There's nothing in between here. And because you are preparing to step into the sun, let's say, of your life, which the sun represents success and happiness. It's the most high vibrational card in the tarot. The Devil is sending the full force of the underworld into your reality to stop you. And that's done by using the people in your waking life as extensions of his will for you. The Devil cannot touch you, cannot harm a hair on your head, but he can get in your head and get you to self-sabotage. That's what the Devil does. What do we have at the third eye, please? Perfect. Temperance, Chawokia, Sag energy at the third eye. The God of joy, reconciliation, regains the favor of those one has offended. And this is interesting because it's right underneath the Lovers. And this Lovers, to me in this spread, is representing you coming into alignment with your higher self, like I mentioned. And right here, regains the favor of those one has offended. It's like you're having a sit down with your higher self and you're asking for forgiveness because you didn't wake up to the truth any sooner. That's what this heart chakra healing usually is. It's you forgiving yourself for remaining engaged in cycles that you knew you shouldn't have been in, right? But in saying that, Taurus, you're right on time here. But it's more an energy of, forgive me, Father, for my sins, right? You just didn't see it the way you see it now. Like anybody that may engage in some sort of sin in their life. And it may not even be you doing anything that's sinful. It's just you having sinful energies around you that pulls you down to their vibration, like guilty by association, right? It's like being an accessory to a spiritual crime. This is why, now going all the way back to the beginning of the reading, this Queen of Swords is sitting right there at that root chakra position at the foundation, because this is you starting to see this clearly now. You can't even entertain or be friends or have these energies around you because you are implicated in some capacity to the sin they engage in. It can be seen as enabling. And this is you fully understanding this now. The only way this doorway to this new path is going to open up for you is if you cleanse yourself of all these energies once and for all. The shift feels like it's going to happen really quickly for you, Taurus. This is supposed to be a great year for Tauruses that are doing all the work. It's in the astrology. All you have to do is let it happen. Give yourself a chance. You just have to say yes, Taurus, is really what it comes down to. What do we have at the crown? Oh, wow. Powerful way to end. King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag energy at the crown to close out the reading. Daniel, God the merciful judge, eloquence, gives answers to those in doubt. And this is you saying yes, Taurus, reaching out and taking what's yours by divine rights, and no longer allowing the expectations that others place upon you to hold you back. Taurus, this is a very deep, very powerful reading, and I certainly hope that you were able to extract the messages that you need to push forward in power on this path to success. Taurus, this is the message I have available to you, depending on where you are on this timeline, should you choose to accept. I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you would like a personal reading, you can find all of my contact details in the description below this video. And thank you for your donations, Taurus. Take care.